So much going on, so much to choose from. Late drama in L.A. knocks Jimmy Butler out of the lead highlight slot as the Lakers try to grab a 3-1 series lead over the 2-seed out west. You see Ja Morant with that taped-up right hand, and in the third, Ja gets the bucket, hits the deck hard, has the hand injury, the wrist injury, and in pretty severe pain that had him immediately leave the floor, but just as quickly return. And this play to end the third is insane. Switches to the left hand and drops the hammer on Rui Hachimura, and it's a 2-point lead for the Grizzlies heading into the fourth. Grizzlies up 4. Morant with a miss. Offensive rebound. One of the better shooters in the league, Desmond Bane, buries the 3, and it's a 7-point lead. Bane had 36. It's now a 4-point game. And a big-time 3 from D'Angelo Russell cuts the lead to 1. Same score. LeBron James was a monster on the defensive boards. In transition, Austin Reeves, good give to D'Lo. That's cash. Huge 3 in the blink of an eye. 7-point deficit. Now a 2-point lead. We're tied at 99. Ja, always in attack mode. Sometimes, though, that can cost him. And here it does. As James gets to the spot, offensive foul is called. Just over 10 seconds to go. We're tied at 102. Jaren Jackson Jr. with a spectacular block on Rui Hachimura. Defense turns to offense. Ja with a great find. Left hand behind the back to Bane. And the Grizzlies have the lead. That's a hell of a block. And this is a spectacular find. And the Grizzlies have got a 2-point lead. Yep, you saw him. LeBron James. A lot of times he'll drive, draw, and dish. Not this time. He's in attack mode. The high arcing right hand off the window has his family and the building cheering wildly. And you see, he hasn't done this a lot. A lot of times he'll dish. LeBron took the shot and ties it up. We're tied at 104. Ja, no. Shot's blocked. That shot from LeBron was pretty close. It was after the red light came on. The red light is always on. Overtime, 5 minutes more on the clock. Lakers leading by 2. And again, it's LeBron to the rim. Bucket good. One more time, it's Ja. Float game.
Off point.
2-point lead for the Lakers. It's down to 1. Reeves on the drive. No, the tip is there. Anthony Davis pushes the lead back to 3. It's 3 again. James drives through Brooks. Off the glass. You poke the bear, he might roar at you. And he does. James, 22 points, 20 rebounds, 7 assists. LeBron on keeping the squad's confidence.
We got a lot of young guys to the postseason. I understand that. So, you know, it's my job to make sure that they stay even keel and understand that one game, is not going to define the whole series. But we have to be better, and I want everybody to be comfortable, when we go out on the floor and just play free. Let me worry about the X's and O's and the tactical things and all that other stuff. I can do that. I have the ability to do that and still play. So, without D'Lo in that fourth quarter, when it seemed like the game was kind of stalling out and we couldn't get a good shot, we couldn't get a good look, D'Lo hit back-to-back threes. And gave us an opportunity to even put ourselves in a position to go to overtime. So, that was huge.
He seems to not age at all. And James, now the oldest player ever with a 20-point, 20-rebound game in NBA history. Regular season or playoffs.
Chief.
Say again?
Chief.
You got the chief. If you make a list with it, normally it's Wilt. This is the list with the chief. First game ever with 20 boards.
I think all eyes on Anthony Davis because as he goes, it feels like so go the Lakers. As of this moment, who do you believe is in control of that series?
Lakers. With ease. And the fact of the matter is Lakers win the night series over. So they got to watch out for tonight because Ja Morant is coming. No question about it. You saw what he did coming off of his hand injury. Dropped 45. Came on strong in the second half. We all know this. But they got blitzed in the first quarter. They were down 35-9, 38-9 ultimately. But in the end, what it comes down to is that when Anthony Davis is doing his things, as he did in games 1 and 3, the Lakers are winning. Steven Adams is out. Brandon Clark is out. They have nobody big to contend with Anthony Davis outside of Jaren Jackson, and you got to protect Jaren Jackson because he's prone to foul trouble. So you can't really put him up against Anthony Davis. You give the ball to Anthony Davis. You make sure the offense goes through him. You find a way for LeBron and everybody else to fit in, and nobody does that better than LeBron. So this is what you do. You feed the beast, which is Anthony Davis. Let him do his thing. Another mentally weak individual. I'm not calling mentally weak literally, but I'm saying somebody that's exhibited mental weakness. Dylan Brooks, you chirping, okay? And then when you get yourself ejected after y'all got blitzed in the first quarter, after the game, you don't want to talk to anybody. It's amazing to me how these guys, it just shows a flagrant level of mental weakness when you're chirping and then all of a sudden you got a bad day and you don't want to answer for the stuff that you created. So Dylan Brooks and Julius Randle are in the same sentence, in the same ilk right now. But as it pertains to the Lakers, they have control of this series. They win the night, they win the series. They lose tonight, the series is in jeopardy because you do not want to give Memphis that momentum. They cannot go back to Memphis tied 2-2 and think that's going to be a good thing for them. It will not be.
I agree, especially with the way this series, it's going to go every other day now. And that's a long trip between Los Angeles and Memphis. So I think the advantage, I think tonight is the series. And look, we could be this close from Steph versus LeBron, again, something that we did not know we'd ever see in the playoffs. We could be a week away.
That would be something special. That would absolutely positively be something special. It's something that we would love to see, but I think Sacramento is going to have more to say about that than Memphis.
All right, Stephen A. Smith, First Take, 20 minutes away here on ESPN. You're the best. Thank you. Obviously, a full day of this, and then the playoff action continues. We'll have games all next weekend and more.
Into him being called for a flagrant foul 2 and ejected early in the third quarter of Saturday's Game 3 loss to Los Angeles Lakers. Brooks, who declined to comment after the game, explained what went down after Sunday's practice at USC's Galen Center. Take a listen.
The media making me a villain. The fans making me a villain, and then that just creates a whole different persona on me. So now you think I intended to hit LeBron James in the nose. I'm playing basketball, I'm a basketball player. So if I intended, and that's whatever is in the flagrant 2 category of having a flagrant 2, and you think I did that, that means you think I'm that type of person.
Okay, so that's the Dylan Brooks situation. Then, as we just discussed, the Knicks took a commanding 3-1 lead Sunday. Donovan Mitchell with a disappointing output, 11-4 and 5. Monica, I want to start with you. Who was more disappointing? Was it Brooks Saturday or Mitchell Sunday?
It was Brooks for me, Molly, Stephen A., and Perk, easily. And that's not even really a conversation. I actually, call me naive, did not believe that was intentional. However, the way and the temperature of officiating in this current playoff, you already knew what time it was as soon as they went to go and do a review. But I think if you're Brooks, you have to be cognizant of that and not put yourself in that position to the best of your ability. Now, somebody might say it's a basketball play or he was playing basketball, he can't control all that. You have to be that much more cognizant. I did not like that sound from Brooks, and I am one who has supported the Grizzlies. I don't mind Dylan Brooks running his mouth, but you can't necessarily flip the script. If you're going to be the one that chirps and leads the way, you got to be on the floor enough to back that sort of talk up. And he literally took himself out of the ballgame, or he would say was taken out of the ballgame. And so for me, that was far more disappointing than Josh Hart playing terrific defense on Donovan Mitchell.
You know, I've been, this is one of those rare moments, Kendrick Perkins, where I was home and I was like, I got to think about how I'm going to say what I want to say.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
I struggled, I'm like, there is FCC airwaves to consider. I can't just say everything the way that I want to say it, I got to be careful. I have a responsibility. I'm going to try. I don't know how successful I'm going to be. First of all, Dylan Brooks, that was just weak. When you walk out after chirping the way that you did leading into the game against LeBron James and the Lakers, just the same as I just said about Julius Randle, for you not to be available to talk, that's pathetic. Number 2, you really gonna blame it on the media? The media has made you look as really? Let me ask you this question, Dylan Brooks. You really think that we've sat up here on national television? Put Kendrick Perkins up on the screen. I want to see him. I want to see him when I say this. You really think that all of us pundits, male and female, black, white, Asian, Latino, everybody, you really think that when we actually came on TV and said, let's figure out a way to talk about Dylan Brooks? You really think that? You're not John Morant. Hell, you damn sure ain't Elvis. No, we did not do that. You did it.